Okay, so I'll tell you my story, which is
Yes, please. We
maybe
want to know.
your stuff. It sounds very like what I would expect to see on like TV, right? They take you into the doctor's office, right?
Yes.
I love the high drama.
Yes.
Um,
I am a drama queen. I'm a Leo after
oh,
all.
but
Leo girl.
yours is like network drama. Like we're
Yes.
syndicating this. Mine is like I think like Lifetime TV movie or very sad like independent film. Um, so
Ooh,
I did my stuff, did the biopsy. Oh my gosh, you guys, we'll talk about that. But did my
that's another
biopsy.
episode.
That's a
Yes.
different episode.
Your biopsy.
Um, but it was a Friday. I know, like we all. I mean, I'm sure anybody who's been diagnosed with anything, you remember the day, the time, the place you were. It's a massive event in life. So I'm in my room. I'm getting ready. It's in the evening, and I'm thinking, oh, I haven't heard from any of my doctors yet. This is the last day that anyone. They said you'll know by today, and I was like, this is great. The longer they wait, the more likely it is to be good news.
Yes.
Joke is on me. Um, I get a call. I guess it was, yeah, afternoonish. I get a call from a scheduler, appointment scheduler. She goes, "Hi, I'm speaking with Jasmine. Okay, yeah. I'm from the oncologist's office. I'd like to schedule you for blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, sure." But what? And then I go, "What's an oncologist?"
Oh no.
And she goes, "Um, has the doctor not called you?"
Oh,
And I went, "No." And I was like, "Is an oncologist bad?"
yeah. Oh my God.
And she's
The
like,
fact that the doctor didn't call you.
they didn't
What?
call me for over an hour and a half.
Ah,
I ended up calling my doctor, left a message. Like I made the appointment because I was like, okay, because I said, can you tell me? She goes, I'm not legally allowed to. I'm so sorry. No, you have to wait for their call. Should we schedule you an appointment? I said, clearly we should. So thank you very much for calling. Let's do this. And then I called and called, and I'm just sitting there in paralysis, going in the absolute, sitting in my sympathetic nervous system, going, what does this mean? I don't understand. I'm not big on doctors. Like give me a dentist any day of the week, any other kind of doctor. I'm not really familiar, like aside from your general checkups, because I'm vegan. I'm a yoga teacher. Like I go out and sit in nature. I'm the person you see without shoes on. So me and doctors love them, respect it. I think there's absolutely a place in the world for them, but I'm not as familiar with that structure, the Western structure of medical care. Anyway, they call me, oh my, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours later. And then give me the official diagnosis. And I was like, okay, kind of like you holding it together and just like, I'm going to listen, I'm going to receive all of the information. And then as soon as it hung up, it was just tears. It was just absolute, like, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So that's my lifetime drama movie. Welcome.
Yes, yes, you're gonna make me cry. We're gonna cry a lot on these podcasts and these lives.
Um, so that's again like two sides of the same coin. The very traditional medical version that you had, Grace, and my absolutely bananas. Like I don't know. I mean, like it's not the scheduler's fault. It's not the doctor's. Everyone it just happened in, I think the wrong order,
Yes,
but
yes,
but
absolutely.
they still took care of what they needed to take care of, and
Exactly.
I ultimately got the care that I needed. Um, but man, that was what a traumatic day. Oof.
Oh my goodness. It is beyond traumatic because it's
Yeah,
like your life is flashing
yeah,
right in front of you. Like I was like, okay, I've always done what I wanted to do. I've always achieved
mm,
what I wanted to achieve. I've always followed my heart,
yeah.
and I'm happy I did that. If I die, if I am alive, right? We can't say that
Mhm,
word. If I am alive,
mm,
then I will be a little disappointed, but I can say I lived a full life. And so it's okay if I pass on to the other dimension. I'm okay with it.
yeah,
However, I do have a lot to do. And I think that this cancer healing journey, starting on diagnosis day, it gave me a sense of purpose. Like I almost promised myself, if I make it, when I make it, because it was my cancer healing journey, when I make it, I am going to love and help others in a way that I haven't done before. Like before, I knew I had to love and help others, but now it's on top of everything. Everything I do is about loving and helping others. It's not about, oh, they're doing this, I'm doing that. They didn't do this for me. Or, I paid for this, they paid for that, or this, oh, they're mean to me, or that's like, it's nothing to do with that. It's almost like all of that is like noise.
Yeah.
It's all about, okay, this person might have a bad day. I'm going to put myself in their shoes. Now, if they're abusive or whatever, bye, bitch. But, you just become, it kind of gives you a whole different perspective
Yeah.
on living your life in a way that you put your purpose first. But it
Mhm.
all starts in diagnosis day.
Yeah.
That's crucial. Like, what are you going to, how you react, I think, to diagnosis day is going to determine your journey.
Uh,
That's how I feel.
I think I'll yes and that because I think people, of course, they grow through it. If you have an absolutely adverse reaction where you're like, oh my gosh, worst
Yes,
case scenario, I do think people can come back from that and say, you know what,
100%.
oh gosh, that was me sitting in the negative. I've
Yes,
now experienced that. I don't have to see the world that way, and they can continue on. So I think it gives them the foundation.
yes.
And I hope that everyone who's diagnosed starts from a positive foundation, but I can't even say that I did. I
Not
came from
really. Right, right.
a shocked and numb foundation where
Yeah,
I ended up, oh, Grace, I'll ask you this. I'll share it and then I'll ask you. But I ended up calling a handful of friends and
yes,
family just so
yeah,
that I could have someone to process with.
yeah.
No one picked up,
Oh,
and I was
no.
crying. Everyone called back, so
Yeah,
we're good. But it was like that moment where it was like, oh, I have to sit with this myself, and I
yeah.
think
I'm
that was kind
alone.
of like that the universe going like, they're going to be there for you, but you have to be there for yourself first.
Yes,
And it
yes.
was, and looking back on it, I can see that as what it was, as a practice to self love and just self care. And go,
Yes.
it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be scared
I'm
and
angry too.
angry and just confused and
Yes.
everything. Grace, who
Yeah.
did you call a bunch of people or did you just kind of
I was dating someone who dumped me later because my boobs were not going to be symmetrical. Oh
oh my
no, what?
garbage? Oh my gosh,
Very,
what a garbage woman. I'm sorry. Oh,
what, hear the word trash?
trash, basura. In your language, how many languages can we say it in? Okay.
Basura. I know
Yeah,
it sounds
exactly.
like garbage.
Garbage.
I don't know. I made that up.
Write in. Tell us what garbage is in many languages, any of the languages you
Mhm.
speak, and we will just attribute that to people who leave people going through cancer because their boobs aren't going to be the same.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
He didn't
Wild.
feel romantic after my surgery.
You're like, I'm sorry,
He
my
quit.
lady, so nice and perky. What? You
Yeah,
get the
no,
best of both worlds. Anyway,
listen,
yeah.
good riddance.
Whole
Good. That's another thing, the beauty of cancer.
yeah.
It kind of filters the people in your life. And the ones that stay with you, holy shit, you better stick to them. Like the ones who take care of you. They
Yeah.
bring you food, they just make sure you're okay. They
Gosh.
do your laundry. I had my
I
friend do my laundry.
I had a friend who she drove up from Costa Mesa. I'm in Los Angeles, so that's like a 2-hour drive. She made soup, like multiple soups that we put
Oh,
in the freezer that I could have after each of my chemo treatments. She brought like beautiful plants for me, filled my fridge, all of the and like it was amazing. It was such like what a blessing. What a
love.
blessing. Yeah, exactly. Those are the people. Not that, and again, you may not have the resources she had for the
Yes.
people in your life, but
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
just showing up with a text, showing
Yes.
up with a call, um,
A hug.
a
How
hug,
about a
a
hug?
hug, yeah.
Those people are not Müll in German, which is trash.
Yeah.
Müll.
Yeah,
I love. Thank you for
mood.
that, Emily.
It's mood.
Totem mold. That's his middle name.
Yeah, that's
But I forgot what my point was.
hang on to the good ones because it filters
Yes.
cancer. filters out the garbage. It
Yes.
really does. It really does. And that it filters out the garbage in us too. We don't put up with things
Yes.
like negative self-talk. No,
Yes.
I'm pretty freaking amazing. I can do anything, and anything that
Yes.
I'm not good at, if I want to get better, I'll go get better. If I don't, okay, I don't care. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And going back, now I remembered,
yeah.
going back to, you asked me about who did you call. So I called him. I called my adopted brother,
Mhm.
Clint. I also texted my friend David, who's also like a brother. I have a lot of brothers, apparently.
I love it.
And I was like, don't tell. I told them, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. And Clint was like, you might want to tell Heather because she wants, I know she will want to help. And so I told Heather, and Heather's been my angel all throughout this treatment. She took me to all the appointments. We laughed our
Mhm.
asses off in the middle of like, I'm going to surgery.